Hello everybody, my name is Rolak and welcome back to Super Mario 64. In the last episode, we got pretty much everything done in both Wet Dry World and Snowman's Land, and we're making good progress on the third floor. In today's episode, we are going to be heading right into the 12th world, wherever the hell it is. There it is. It's a tiny little picture, but it is in fact probably one of the bigger worlds in the game. Tall Mountain, with the first mission being Scale the Mountain. Very obvious mission as to what to do. Now then, this mission, this world has a lot of 1-ups. It probably has the most amount of 1-ups in any game, or any mission, as well as it's fairly easy to collect most of the coins in this world. But yeah, Tall Mountain, as it states, is a very tall mountain with goddamn phone. God, that was loud. Got some Monty Moles on the way, some Bob-ombs. You got some pretty diverse enemy selection here and there. You got Chucka right there that will just ignore or not. Alright, thankfully he didn't chuck me off the edge of the map, so that's good. Up here. This is another instance of you losing your hat. If you pick up the Ukiki, this monkey here, he'll take your hat and then he'll try to run away with it. Oh, boy. As well as a fly guy there that shoots. There we go. There's also a log over there that you can roll over to pass the pit over there. I don't think there's really much else for us over there. However, if we do a little backtracking and get this Bomb-omb buddy, he's going to be of use later. He'll open up the cannon somewhere. We don't know exactly where it is just yet, but we will be figuring that out later for probably just one mission because it's really not all that useful otherwise. And unless you do some really tricky jumping, there's no real way to get back up there. So we're going to have to take a shortcut back up the way. Grab a coin or two just to recover some health. There's another one up here. Like I said, a lot of 1-ups just lying around. So, and considering this place is quite a tall place and you might fall down every now and then, it's probably well deserving. Anyway, the shortcut I'm talking about is these spots here on this wall side here. You're able to climb up here. Where does this lead? Yes, here we are, and just over there is the other side of where that log was. Now, we can, for some reason, I don't know why you would want to go this way. Probably because, ow! 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 Good God. I was afraid it was going to fall off there. Good Lord. So yeah, there's no real reason for you as to why you should... Ow, okay, I'm going to die. This is not going well. There's no reason to go over there. There's really no reason at all, because there's not, like, anything of benefit over there. Maybe a 1-up or something, but I don't really know because it doesn't really matter. Because you'll just end up going down this slide anyway, so it's not really important. Just around the corner here is another 1-up. And we'll just go ahead and long jump over here. Dodge this guy who will blow you away off the mountain. It's the only spot he's in, oddly enough. Got a grass patch here, which will for some reason limit our jump capability, so it's a bit strange. Some coins up here. And another precarious bridge. I could long jump, but considering that didn't work out, I'm just going to ignore it and go all the way across the bridge. Oh! Alright. All those tragedies narrowly avoided, collect the first star within almost 5 minutes. Mystery of the Monkey Cage is pretty much going to be following more or less the exact same way. So what we got to do is pretty much go up back to the very top of the mountain once again. Aside from just getting the star, there's going to be something different for us to collect. And obviously we're going to be taking the shortcut because, again, there's no real reason to go through the bridge part because there's nothing really there unless you're going for the 100 coins. Which, you know, is a valid reason to go up there, but other than that, there's just no real reason to do so. Because we're pretty much already halfway up the mountain right now, and we're definitely making a lot more progress as last time. Go ahead and jump over here. Now, as we're getting up there, we go. We can see, instead of just nothing there, there's now a cage there. Now, of course, it's holding the star and we can't really get it. However, what we need to do is just get to the very top because there's going to be another Ukiki here. This guy we actually want to catch because he won't take our hat. In fact, he'll actually be helping us. If we can get him. Again, he's a bit tricky to grab. Best choice is just slowly walk up and grab him. Ow, let me go! Kiki! I was only teasing. Can't you take a joke? I'll tell you what, let's trade. If you let me go, I'll give you something really good. How about it? Sure, we'll free him. If you choose to hold on to him, you will not complete the mission. You're able to put him down, but you will not complete the mission. So it kind of sucks. And what we just gotta do is let him walk all the way over to the cage, and once he's there, we'll talk to him. And now I'm gonna jump onto the cage, along with him, and drop it down with him. This is gonna hurt us. Yep. Thankfully the star's right here, and easy as that. Mission number 3 is going to be Scary Shrooms, Red Coins. This is going to be our red coin mission for the level. And it's actually quite a fairly easy 8 red coin mission, because they're all pretty condensed into one location. The most dangerous part about the mission is probably these coins here, which are scattered across these mushrooms, which can be a bit precarious at times, especially this small one right here. But if you time your jumps just right, you'll be able to get them all in no problem. As for the rest of the 8 red coins, they're going to be up this wall that we keep scaling up, and then we keep grabbing like 1 or 2 coins. First 2 are going to be there, other one's going to be here, and the last one's going to be at the very top of these ledges. Like so. Now the star itself is going to spawn down there, near the very bottom, and we just want to be very careful. There's another one up there. See what look what I'm telling you, there's millions of 1-ups in this level. So we'll just jump down very carefully because I don't want to risk dying. Alright, so it's right there, so let's just long jump and grab the star. Simple as that. Mission number 4 is going to be the Mysterious Mountainside. Now this is, again, going to be taking us pretty much close near the top of the mountain. Not the very top, but close enough. It's where that cloud guy was. I think it's called a Bellows. Or Gusty, or whatever it is. I'm really not paying much attention to the names of the enemies in this game, and I really couldn't care less. Thankfully, we're going to be making another shortcut up the mountainside. Now, it's a lot of repeated just walking up the mountain once again, but it's really not that much of an issue. And you know what? I just realized something. There's a level called Cool Cool Mountain and Tall Tall Mountain. They're not the same mountains. Alright. Can you shut up? Good lord. Alright, here it is right here. As you can see, it ripples just like the painting. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. This is going to take us into a slide level. And just around the corner here is another 1-up. And let's head on down. Now, this slide is a bit of a tricky one. Not only does it have a lot of 1-ups, it's also got some weird imagery floating about, and as well as a quick death if you mistake it for this. Because the arrows are pointing in the direction that you need to keep turning to, otherwise you're going to die as indicated by the skull there. Make some careful jumps here because you might go overboard and through a pit. Down here. Again, this one is a bit strange. You just want to be sort of in the middle of it. Go all the way down. Be careful to be sure to be going full speed for that, otherwise you're probably not going to make it. Jump down here, and there we go. Now then, you're actually able to get this star if you just jump up. I think it's where the Chukya is. You could just jump down from the Chukya and be here, so you can do it that way if you want. Mission number 5 is going to be Breathtaking View from Bridge. Wait, from bridge? Breathtaking View from Bridge. That's interesting grammar. Once again, this is probably going to be the last time we're going to be doing this. It's going to be taking us quite a bit up towards the mountaintop. Not quite the top, but it's going to be close enough. We might have actually be able to see the star on what's it called? Previous couple missions. Why can I never make that jump? This one's going to be requiring us to hit a switch, and I think you're actually able to get this mission or this star no matter what mission you're playing on. So you can choose to do it however you want. Me, I'm just going to do it as is. It's just past a little grass patch here, which I guess it's just vines and thorns or something. You hit this switch, Not only does it spawn a block there, but it also spawns a block over here where that star is. I just want to make a careful jump. And there we have it. Very simple mission. Unlike the last one. And that last one is going to be Blast to the Lonely Mushroom. This is probably one of the more difficult missions in the game. We've probably been able to see the star of every mission. It's that star over there on the Lonely Mushroom. Normally we can't make it that way, or we can't make it by any means normally. So we're going to have to use that cannon that we opened up back on the first mission. And we're just going to have to walk all the way down here at this very narrow path. And we got to make one good shot. Otherwise, we're going to miss and pretty much kill ourselves. But it's really not that big of a deal considering there are so many 1-ups on this level. Now, I can never remember what the exact angle is. I want to say it's like that. But that's too high. Alright, well, always room for retrying because it's not really that much of a big deal. So I'll see you guys just when I get it right. Alright, let's try this again. So we were a bit too high last time. So what if we aim it just like that? No, we landed on it, but I missed. Damn it. I think I'm hearing thunder. Oh well. Alright, so where? Here? Maybe right there. That's the exact same. Okay. What is it? 5th time now? 5th time? 4th time? One or the other? Okay. There. We go. There we go. Finally. Good lord. Sammy too. Uh-oh. Said my encoder was overloaded. I hope that didn't mess up the recording. Seems to be doing just fine. Hopefully that was just a little hiccup and not a huge issue. Alright. Now for the 100 coin mission. Now, this one's actually fairly easy because all you really need to do is just go through the slide. Now, this is a lot more difficult to do in the DS remake, as you can't really get all the coins in the slide and exit out, because for some stupid reason, they decided it would be a great idea to wall off the section of the star for the slide, whereas normally it's just not really, it's more or less just a fence, and you're really easily able to jump over. But in the DS version, they decided to just wall it up for some reason. Probably so you can't cheese it with Luigi, and my god, you can cheese so much in that game with Luigi. And that's also primarily the reason why I didn't want to do 64 DS. Not because it's, a bad game, which, it kind of is, but it's not a terrible game, but it's not a great game. Mario 64 DS just takes too much of the original game and tries to, like, change it too much. Like, like I said, it's not a bad game by any means, but it's just not as good as the original. Because adding 3 more characters to do a bunch of different more things is, interesting, but it's also a bit of a double-edged sword because it can just break so many of the hard-earned stars. Like, the Lonely Mushroom Star, you can easily get that with Luigi just by doing his backflip, his spinning backflip. And it's just, it makes the game a lot less difficult. I mean, that thing took me like 4 lives. I mean, you have pretty much a surplus of infinite lives in this level every time you restart it, but even then it's not too important. So we can just jump down here, and then we'll land right behind where we started. And from here, we could pretty much just go about just collecting coins normally. But I don't know, Mario 64 DS is just a weird game. I don't know why they bother. The main issue mostly is, with the D-pad controls for a 3D environment. It doesn't work great, but it doesn't even work that great for the 3DS because it doesn't even well optimized for that all that much. I don't know. I also didn't want to do 64 DS because they added in way too many stars and just way too many more confusing ways to get them. Because they added in 30 extra stars, making the total of stars in that game 150. Oh no! Why did that happen? Why did that happen? Oh my god. Oh, hey, look at that. We start back at the slide. I didn't know that. Even though we didn't die in the slide. Huh. Interesting. All right, well, this is going to make that a lot easier. But yeah, all right. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by that Monty. Mario 64 DS adds in... They added in one extra star for each world, as well as changed a few of the stars. And they also added in some more bonus levels here and there, as well as some more boss fights to actually unlock the characters. That's fine and all, but the fact that they make the game so much more annoying due to so many more inconsistencies that they didn't really improve a whole lot. It also didn't help that they chose to make a design choice where you had to touch the control pad to spin like Bowser around with that. That's like the main way you spin Bowser around in the fights, is just do the touchpad, which, you know, isn't a great idea because they didn't really optimize on the strategy with that, or the marketing strategy of that. I mean, yeah, they made the weird thumb thing where you... I don't know. The thumb... There was like a thumb stylus accessory. I'll put it up on screen because it's just such a weird thing that they decided to do. It basically acts as like a joystick, I guess, for the touchpad, because it acts as a stylus, but it's on your thumb. So you're pretty much able to use it just as a normal stylus, but in the style of a in the style of a joystick. That clearly didn't catch on because they never made another game that took any advantage of that. Because, rightly so, it was just a really weird thing to make. I understand why they just stopped with it, because it really wasn't that interesting of an idea, and it doesn't really work out all that well in the end. Avoid you assholes. And we'll just ignore all the bomb-bombs as well and get the chuck, yeah. Get away! Wow, I didn't even take any damage. Interesting. Right, hopefully we're able to get all the coins in a reasonable location. I'll actually take this route for once. I mean, did they make Super Mario 64 DS an easier game than 64? Probably. Is it an enjoyable game? That fully depends if you want to enjoy it or not. It's a really tough question to do. And it's really... I don't know, it fully depends on your preferences, really. I mean, for the most part, Mario 64 has not aged terribly. I mean, there are some instances where it hasn't aged great, but it hasn't aged badly. It's still a very good game. Even up to... This game is over almost 25 years old. And it's still holding up fantastically. The controls are very crisp. They're very well controlled. The camera still sucks sometimes. But if that's the only real takeaway of this game, then it is a fantastic thing to take away from it. Well, I mean, it's not, you know, a fantastic concept of the game to take away, but, you know, it's not a bad game by any means whatsoever. There are people who, like, prefer other games over it. For some reason, people prefer Mario's Sunshine over this game, which is blasphemy. Because that game doesn't require you to collect over... This game doesn't require you to collect over 140 of a single coin. But I digress. Alright, that's the 100 coin mission for that level. The thing is, we cut away a lot, so I'm not too sure how long we're going to be going on for this episode. So, we're going to get started on the... Nope, that's not the right room. We are going to get started on the 13th world, just because we haven't really... I don't know. I haven't been keeping track. I haven't been pausing recording or anything, but it's this room right here. So we got a medium-sized portrait, a small portrait, and a very large portrait over there. Now, the medium one doesn't matter, but the small and big one do, because... Welcome to Tiny Huge Island, which first mission being Pluck the Piranha Flower. Now, this level is probably one of the more interesting levels of the entire game. It's basically one big island. However, once you go down one of these pipes, you'll end up in the bigger version of the island. This level consists of two different versions of the island, one being small, obviously, and one being huge. Or in this case, tiny and huge. Most of the missions, I think, revolve around being in the huge portion of the island, which is strange. And I think because very little... I think there's only like 2 missions or so that actually revolve you being in the tiny portion. But this is another very interesting concept of a level. Is it a good level? Fully depends if you like the level or not. I'm not a huge fan of this level whatsoever, so I'm not really too sure about that. But let's see if we can get some stuff done. And that's how we get the first star done. You'll primarily want to be starting off in the small island just because it's easier to traverse it. Especially with Mission 2, the tip top of the huge island. Now then, I say the small island's easier to get around in because, mostly because of this box right here, we're able to backflip off of it and get to the upper portion of the island. And from here we're able to just go into this pipe, get ourselves in the huge portion of the island. Now this island also has these things called giant Goombas, super Goombas, mega Goombas, one of the others. If you do a ground pound on them, they will drop a blue coin. And Tiny Huge Island is actually one of the more easier levels to get 100 coins on. Mainly because of the huge Goombas. There's like about, I think, probably 7 or so on the island. And they're all fairly easy to kill with the ground pound. And there's the star right there. Very, very easy to get. On to the rest. Rematch of Koopa the Quick. Again, you'll be wanting entering the level with the small side, going up. Whoop. I'm gonna go up with this box because again, it's just the easier way to get across this, or get around this level. If you can get it right. If you're not gonna get it, then it's gonna cause an issue. There we go. And there's Koopa right there. However, that's a small variant of him, where in fact we'll just kill him if we go up to him. However, we go into the huge portion of the island. Go down this here. Run past these Goombas. And here he is. Long time no see. Wow, have you gotten fast? Have you been training on the sly, or is it just the power of the stars? I've been feeling down about losing last race. This is my home course. How about a rematch? The goal is in Windswept Valley. Ready? Go. Alright, this is a lot more of a difficult race with Koopa the Quick than the last time. Mostly because he's a lot faster and the course is a lot shorter. But it really shouldn't be that much of an issue if you have some good running skills. The main issue is going to be this bridge right here because it's a windy path. Now the key is to probably long jump across it, but that's also quite of a risk because it's really not ideal to long jump across that bridge. And there we have it. It's very simple. No way, you beat me again, and I just spent my entire savings on these new Koopa Mach 1 sprint shoes. Yeah, I guess I have to hand over this star to the winner of the race. Congrats, Mario. And there we have it. Done and done. And we're at 99 stars. Getting really close. We just need 21 more stars to collect in the game. I could collect the 100th star of for this episode. However, I think I'm going to hold off for that for the next episode because we've probably been going on a bit longer than usual. I don't know how long we've been going on with all the cuts I've made in this episode. But we're going to be saving the rest of Tiny Huge Island and potentially some of the final levels for the next episode. So I will see you guys next time.